Can meditation help us attract the romantic relationships that we want?
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. It amplifies our attracting power and it helps us be more resonant with other humans.
How can meditation help us improve our romantic relationships once we're in them?
When we meditate, we can return to the truth of who we are, which is our undamaged, resourced, adult, calm, compassionate, courageous part of who we are. The more often we spend time in that stillness and in that higher self, the more we can bring it into our day-to-day life. And our relationships are where we get triggered the most. So a meditation practice that's regular and steady and committed can really help us self-soothe in those moments of being triggered, can help us have more sustainable calm and peace, and can help us be less activated. When we are in a reactive place, we can use our meditation as a way of grounding, as a way of finding a center, as a way of practicing forgiveness and releasing and surrendering. So it's a great way to recalibrate when we don't have that kind of aligned connection. And the habit and the practice of meditation just creates a healthier human. It gives you a lot more resilience. It gives you a sense of safety inside. And so when you have activated that place of safety within yourself, you can be less activated by others.
Can meditation help us heal in breakups? And if so, how so?
Oh, yeah. I think there's a lot of forgiveness meditations that I've taught over the years about releasing people and cutting cords and really energetically sending someone off. Because sometimes when we break up with someone, we still carry that attachment cord towards them. And we hold on to it and obsess over it. And sometimes the healthiest thing to do is to cut the cord and to let it go. And so much of that can be done through our energy, not just through our words and our actions. And so in our meditation pillows, sometimes the greatest place to forgive, release, let go, surrender, and cut the cord.
I was thinking that we could do a cover line on the cover of the magazine, like Gabby's 5 tips for using meditation to deepen romantic relationships. Would you be able to spit out 5 tips now, or would you want to just send it to me later?
Probably give you 5 tips now. One tip would be to practice a forgiveness meditation of seeing the person in front of you and seeing the cord that's attached and welcoming in, whether it be a sword or an image of an angel holding the sword, and cut that cord. And so through a visualization meditation, you can cut the cord between that partner to release you from past relationships so that you can show up for your new relationships with freedom and no baggage from the past. You can use your breath practice through meditation, like breathing in through 2 strokes through your nose and out 1 long stroke through your mouth. So it's as a way of self-regulating when you're in the midst of an argument or a conflict, and when your hot points are triggered and you go into those child parts of yourself to get back to your adult resource part through that breath practice. You could practice a mudra and a mantra. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me, to dissolve conflict, to give you confidence in the moment, to relax your nerves if you're going on a date. Peace begins with me, using the mudras and the mantra. You can do a heart hold where you place your hand on your heart and your other hand on your belly, and you can meditate in that hold to create a sense of safety. And that safety can be something that will really help you feel less codependent, less needy, less reliant on others for your happiness. You can pray for other people through meditation. So if a partner or a friend is struggling, you can hold their vision in your mind and send them love, send them light from your heart. To hold them in that prayer. You can't control them, but you can extend your energy to them.
Moving on to parenting and parental love. I believe your son Oliver is turning 4 soon, right?
Yes.
Happy early birthday to him.
Thank you.
Do you feel like meditation and mindfulness have helped you be a better mother?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, because our children are always co-regulating with our energy, and they need our presence because they can't access their own with ease. And so the more we are grounded and the more we are connected the more present we are, the calmer our energy, the more stable we are, the more they will be, because their sponge neurons are just picking up everything. So our meditation practice is one of the greatest gifts we could give our children, because that steadiness offers steadiness in their life.
Do you think that the meditation and mindfulness can also help you give more love to your kids?
Sure, of course. I think that when we love ourselves more, we can love our children with a lot more of an open heart. When we feel at peace within ourselves, we can bring more peace to the relationship with our child. I think that they can feel a deeper connection to us when we have that connection to a higher power of our own understanding, and to our breath, and to our serenity. The ripple effect is real.
And what about on the receiving end? Do you feel like you're able to receive more love from your kids because of your meditation practice?
Yeah, I think that the result of having a meditation practice is that you can create a safer environment for everyone in your life. And then in that environment, you can receive more love.
Do you have like 3 tips on how meditation and mindfulness can help you be better as a parent?
I think that 3 ways that meditation makes you better as a parent is: 1, it calms your nervous system. And as a result, they are co-regulating and their nervous system is calm. 2, you can use your meditation to help you sleep, and that will help your children, because the better you sleep, the better you are as a parent. 3, I think that having a steady meditation practice helps you be less reactive and more compassionate. And so having compassion for small children in particular is extremely necessary, because we can get flooded when they're flooded. And so to really have that steadiness and that compassion is a great gift to them.
I know that in November you had a miscarriage.
I had to have an abortion. I didn't have a miscarriage because he wasn't growing. So I had to, it was 5.5 months. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, as a man, it's hard for me to imagine. I mean, even a woman who hasn't gone through something like that, it can be hard to imagine. And I know that when I'm asking you these questions, I'm speaking from a place where I can only kind of intellectualize it, but you're feeling it in a very deep way. So I would like to give you the space to answer as much or as little as you feel like you want to. Mm-hmm. So you had posted an update for people at that time saying, "Our faith is holding us like a warm blanket. Our faith is what will get us through. I know his soul came in this form to crack us open to a deep sense of love. His name is Owen, and he is our spirit guide." That's a very positive way of looking at it, and a beautiful way of looking at it. But I know there must be grief there too. And I know that grief can lead to empathy and compassion and love. Like you said, it cracks you open to this deep sense of love. Do you feel like it's a good idea to look at these things in this sort of positive light, or do you feel like it's better to dive into grief, or do you do both at the same time?
You can do both at the same time.
How do you do that? How do you find that balance?
I think that if you have faith, that balance finds you, because it was almost like I woke up the next day after the DNE, which is the abortion, and I said to myself, like, wow, I've been training for this. This is like 20 years of spiritual practice for this moment. And so if you have cultivated that faith in your day-to-day life where there is a tragedy, then when tragic things happen, you have a foundation of faith that holds you like a blanket, like what I said. And so it's about, what are you doing right now to cultivate that faith, not what happens when something happens. If you've cultivated the faith and you've made that your commitment, then when something happens, you intuitively know what to do. And you can go through the grief, and then you can be gifted the grace in the same minute.